Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are taking a look at a poll winner. This is The Devil Wears Prada from 2006. I'm very excited because I have not seen this one. Something totally out of my wheelhouse, but you know what? I've been very surprised when I've taken a look at things that I wouldn't normally check out, so I'm excited.
Finally, my wife can get off my back because she has been low-key wanting us to do this for so long. I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to give this a watch.
Yeah, the only thing I know about this film is that apparently Meryl Streep's performance is legendary. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Emily Blunt. I can't wait to see that because she's phenomenal. Anne is like one of my top 5 actresses. And Meryl
Can do no wrong.
Yeah, I guess she can't do no wrong. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of heel heat she has because I heard she's quite interesting in this one from some of y'all. So cannot wait. So with that being said, let's go!
So, Catwoman.
First bill, Meryl.
Wow. I mean, I don't think she would take second, Billy.
I think she had won already at least one Oscar at this point.
Doesn't she have like a dozen? Stanley Tucci's in this one, huh? Alice Clark, Human Resources.
Before cell phones, everyone had the planners.
Yep.
I have an appointment with Emily Charlton.
Emily!
Yes?
So I was Miranda's second assistant, but her first assistant recently got promoted, and so now I'm the first. We need to find someone who can survive here. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course. It sounds like a great opportunity. I'd love to be considered.
Andrea, Runway is a fashion magazine, so an interest in fashion is crucial.
What makes you think I'm not interested in fashion?
Oh my God. No, no, no! She's on her way.
Tell everyone.
Hey!
There's Stanley.
All right, everyone, gird your loins. Did someone eat an onion bagel?
Whoops.
Oh, God.
Okay, so clearly high tension.
Yeah, they're ready to.
Whenever high stress levels for whenever
Yes.
she comes around.
They're ready to bend the knee.
There's the old Prada bag. Gotta throw on those Dolce & Gabbanas.
I guess.
The urgency is real.
Sorry, Miranda.
Catch the next one.
Bye.
I don't understand why it's so difficult to confirm an appointment.
No, I'm so sorry, Miranda. I actually did confirm
Details
last
of
night.
your incompetence do not interest me. Also, tell Richard I saw all the pictures that he sent for that feature on the female. Deeply unattractive. Is it impossible to find a lovely female paratrooper?
No.
Am I reaching for the stars? Who is that?
Nobody. Human Resources sent her up about the new assistant job. She's hopeless and totally
Well,
wrong.
clearly, I'm going to do that myself because the
Spend like
last
5
two you
minutes with
sent
her.
me were completely inadequate. So send her in.
Ouch.
That's all.
Oh, that's
That is one of the coldest, dialogues I've ever seen.
Who are you?
My name is Andy Sachs.
And what are you doing here?
I think I could do a good job as your assistant. Basically, it's this or Auto Universe.
So you don't read Runway?
No?
And before today, you had never heard of me? And you have no style or sense of fashion?
I think that depends on what you're...
No, that wasn't a question.
I was
Oh,
editor-in-chief of the Daily Northwestern, won a national competition for college journalists, which exposed the exploitation of... You're right. I don't fit in here. I am not skinny, glamorous, and I don't know that much about fashion, but I learn fast and I will work very
Got the
hard.
exclusive on the Cavalli for Gwyneth.
She's never been talked back to before, maybe.
Thank you for your time.
Who is that sad little person? Are we doing a before and after piece I don't know about?
Man, brutal.
2006, ladies and gentlemen.
Andrea.
She got it.
Yep.
Got a job at a fashion magazine? Mm-hmm. What is it, a phone interview?
Miranda Priestley is famous for being unpredictable.
Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do, anyway?
Lucky for me, I already have my dream job.
Your corporate research.
That's boring.
All right, breathe.
That's right.
Here, take the drink. The jobs that pay the rent.
The job
Yeah.
to pay the rent.
Oh, remember those days.
You should see the way these girls are runway dress. I don't have a thing to wear to work.
I happen to think you look great always.
I think you're full of it.
Would you love me if I was a worm?
Andrea, Miranda decided to kill the autumn jacket story for September. You need to come into the office right this second and you pick up her coffee order on the way. Hello? Where are you? Oh, I'm almost there. Yeah.
That coffee's getting spilled on something.
It's cold, isn't it?
I hope you know that this is a very difficult job. If you mess up, my head is on the chopping block.
That coffee has to be cold.
It's got
Not only was it late, it was cold because it's not scorching hot.
Phone must be answered every single time it rings. Andrea, you are chained to that desk.
What if I need to...
What? No, one time an assistant left the desk because she sliced her hand open. She now works at TV Guide.
Like that's a bad thing.
Well, if you want to be...
Gosh, it wasn't a long-term career at TV Guide.
Well, now.
Remember, you and I have totally different jobs. I mean, you get coffee. I get to go with her to Paris for Fashion Week in the fall. I'm going to the art department to give them the book. Now, it is a mock-up of everything in the current issue.
Miranda is very private, and she does not like strangers in her house. So until she decides that you're not a total psycho, I get the lovely task of waiting around for the book.
Emily?
See ya.
What do I
Deal with it.
Hello, Mrs. Priestley's office. Okay, can you please spell Gabbana? Hello?
Oh, no.
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very nice of you. I don't think I need these. Miranda hired me. She knows what I look like.
Do you?
To you.
Emily?
She means you. We just cut on the bias and so
No, that's not what I asked you. There you are, Emily. How many times do I have to scream your name?
Actually, it's Andy.
Oh, look.
Shock.
I need 10 or 15 skirts.
What kind of skirts do you...
Please bore someone else with your questions. And make sure we have Pier 59 at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And remind Jocelyn, I need to see a few of those satchels. Did DeMarchelier confirm?
DeMarchelier?
DeMarchelier? Did he get him on the phone? And Emily?
Oh, God.
What's it going to be?
One on, one off. Oh, still those.
That's all. Do you have DeMarchelier?
I have Miranda Priestley calling.
I have Patrick.
She needs skirts. Calvin Klein. Did she say which skirts? No. Did she say what kind?
No.
I tried to ask her. You never ask Miranda anything.
How am I supposed to do my job?
I will deal with all of this, and you will go to Calvin Klein.
Me? Do you have some prior commitment? Hideous skirt convention you have to go to?
She popped. You see Emily pop there. Oh, we're going to have to come back to that, watch her break.
They couldn't cut quite fast enough to not get it.
They're like, well, that was good enough.
Yeah, it's like that was gold.
Hi! Miranda needs you to go to Hermes to pick up 25 scarves we ordered. Oh, yeah, and Miranda went out to meet with Mizell, and she will want more Starbucks when she gets back. Can you just repeat that first? Hello?
See, kids, this is how brutal life was before it was, can you just text it to me?
Yep. Text me the instructions.
Or before you had notes on your phone.
The run-through is at 12:30 and people are panicking, so the phone is going to be ringing off the hook. Okay, are you ready? Oh, hi. Right, well, after the loo.
Is that Giselle?
It's Giselle.
I thought you were kidding.
No, quite serious, yeah.
What exactly is she wearing?
Her grandmother's skirt.
I know this is a fictional story, but goddamn, these folks have got me like high stress.
No,
And I'm not even working
Are
there.
you questioning your fashion choices?
I don't care about my fashion choice, but geez, who can tolerate this work environment?
Ingredients in corn chowder.
The main ingredient, cellulite.
None of the girls here eat anything.
Not since 2 became the new 4 and 0 became the new 2. Never mind. I'm sure you had plenty more polyblend where that came from.
And
Anna's laughing.
I don't really see the point of changing everything about myself just because I have this job.
That's really what this multi-billion-dollar industry is all about anyway, isn't it? Inner beauty.
jeez.
Miranda's pushed the run-through up a half an hour. She's always 15 minutes early. Shoot. Excuse me.
Mr. Evans, Nigel? Heard Miranda killed Autumn Jackets and pulled up the Sedona shoot. What's that costing me?
About 300,000.
Must have been some lousy jackets.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Andy Sachs, Miranda's new assistant.
A million girls would kill for that job.
It's what everybody keeps telling me.
Tiny man, huge ego.
Baskins is trying to reinvent the drugway, so
Where are all the other dresses? It's just baffling to me. Why is it so impossible to put together a decent run-through? You people have had hours and hours to prepare.
Hours and
It's just
hours.
so confusing to me. What do you think of...
Yeah. Well, you know me. With the right accessories, it should work.
Where are the belts? Is no one ready?
They're so different.
Sorry, that's how I would be too. There's
Those belts look exactly the same to me. You know, I'm still learning about this stuff.
I see. You think this has nothing to do with you. What you don't know is that that sweater is not just blue. It's not turquoise. It's not lapis. It's actually cerulean. You're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff.
Wow.
The monologue she has so far.
Guys.
She's
Coming in hot.
scorched earth.
She's not happy unless everyone around her is panicked, nauseous, or suicidal. 1 year. And then I can do what I came to New York to do. But I can't let Miranda get to me. I won't. Oh, good morning, Miranda.
Hey, Isaac. Where are my eggs?
Hang it yourself.
Pick up the Polaroids from the lingerie shoot. The twins also need flip-flops.
Carrying surfboards around New York.
Oh, this is...
Oh, she's going to snap. I'm waiting for Andy to tell her off and that'll impress her. But we'll see.
Like she just wants to push to see who finally like digs in their heels.
I have Patrick. Oh, thank God it's Friday, right? You know, my dad's coming in from Ohio. Yeah, we're going to go out to dinner and maybe see Chicago.
Oh, what's wrong with
You doing
her?
anything fun this weekend?
Yes.
They're very cordial over here at this job.
What's this?
I don't want you to get behind me, Red.
How did you... Thank you. Do you want to start grilling me now, or should we wait till after dinner?
We're just a little worried, honey. We get emails from you at your office at 2 a.m. Just trying to understand why someone who got accepted to Stanford Law turns it down to be a journalist, and now you're not even doing that.
Oh, Stanford Law?
That's a fair worry from a dad.
Emily is going to Paris with Miranda in a few months, and in a year that could be me. I swear, this is my break. This is my chance. My boss.
It's gonna be something just ridiculous.
My flight has been canceled.
But I was hoping that you could maybe get a flight for my boss from Miami to New York tonight.
Any kind of
Miami
jet.
to New York. Thank you. Yes, I need it tonight.
Oh,
Pops got smoked.
New York. Yes, I know there's a hurricane. What do you mean nothing is flying out? It's from Miranda Precinct. I'm trying to get you a flight, but no one is flying out because of the weather.
Please, it's just drizzling.
It's drizzling.
This is your responsibility. This is your job.
What does she want you to do? Call the National Guard and have her airlifted out of there?
Of course not. Could I do that?
Come on.
Girls Recital was absolutely.
It's on the list, gentlemen.
It's on the list.
Everyone loved it except me. Because, sadly, I was not there.
Her deliveries.
Do you know
It's
why
great.
I hired you? I thought you would be different. I said to myself, hire the smart fat girl.
Oh my God.
You ended up disappointing me more than any of the other silly girls.
Oh.
I really did everything I could think of.
That's all.
Andy should have fired back.
Yeah.
But I know she made it a point to
Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
She's going to tough it out for a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom, have a good one, and back to it.
She is vicious.
So quit. I can get another girl to take your job in 5 minutes. One who really wants it.
Oh.
I would just like a little credit for the fact that I'm killing myself trying.
Be serious. You are not trying. You think this is just a magazine? This is a shining beacon of hope. You have no idea how many legends have walked these halls. And what's worse, you don't care. And you want to know why she doesn't kiss you on the forehead.
Just wish that I knew what I could do to
The aha moment.
Nigel. Nigel.
No. I don't know what you expect me to do.
Oh boy, she's gonna go
makeover?
full commit.
Mm.
She's committing hard now just to prove a point.
Whoa, look at the closet
They're all
there.
sample sizes 2 and 4. Jimmy Choos, Noble Vlamic.
Don't recognize any of these yet.
I've heard of Jimmy Choo.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
And Ferragamo.
I have no idea why Miranda hired her. Please, an utter disaster.
Yeah.
There
Take
you
that,
go.
ladies.
Oh, I got the hair whip. Looks like a Hufflepuff house jacket.
Yes.
Look at the crest. It is a Hufflepuff house jacket.
You look good.
She acknowledged her soon-to-be tribal chief.
Shut up, Serena. They should have used her real name.
They could have. They easily could have.
Hey, Vinny Chase.
He didn't even recognize her. He walked right by.
So, what do you think?
I think we better get out of here before my girlfriend sees me.
Oh.
Hit the dance number, answer. Hit the dance number, Andrew.
What famous old school actress was that wore something like that?
Was it Audrey
Cheers. Hit
Hepburn?
the dance number, Andrew.
Yes, Hepburn.
She got
Come
her
on,
Peaky,
Andrew, hit it.
Got her Peaky Blinders hat on.
Oh, the Peaky Fucking Blinders.
Vogue. What was that, like Zoolander? Just Blue Steel?
Well, I always knew this.
Well, I know the dance move, but like,
I didn't know
it's always
they
like
did
strike
that.
a pose.
I remember that part. Zoolander, they'll be on the list.
Ah, one day.
Yeah, what do you think now, Meryl?
Oh, that was almost a smile.
Smirk.
Oh,
Oh,
double
and a look back.
Oh.
The look back.
What is that? It's a Bang & Olufsen phone. Charlie Rose sent it to Miranda for her birthday. I looked it up online. It's $1,100. Meet some Pearson hairbrushes, a little Clinique.
Everybody sends Miranda shit, and she just is like, take it, I don't want it. Take it, I don't want it. Take it, I don't want it.
The dragon lady.
Miranda, let me talk to her. Okay, I need that. It's gonna the top. It's gonna be. Phone.
Oh, shit.
Oh, she's in. She's committed. She is committed.
I'm leaving right now. You guys didn't have to be such assholes.
Oh, but she had hurt her feelings. Well, she did give her like a $1,900 bag.
Well, it's somebody's
And
job.
$1,100 phone.
It's part of it.
I'm Andy. I'm picking up from Miranda Priestley.
You must be the new Emily.
Nice
Nice to meet you. Distressed studded leather, pieced by hand, finished with a metallic fringe. Who made that fantastic thing?
You.
Duh.
Oh, I was worried she wasn't going to know.
Oh,
Here we go.
She's done her
It's a
homework.
sketch of Miranda's
Yep.
dress for the benefit.
I'll guard it with my life.
Please do. You're working for Miranda Priestley now. You must be in desperate need of hard liquor.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Yeah, probably not too far off.
She'll love the punch. It's deadly. Have fun.
He's right, you know. Punch.
Ah, The Mentalist.
God, I've seen him in other stuff too.
Hi.
Christian Thompson.
Christian Thompson? You're kidding. I reviewed your collection of essays from my college newspaper.
Did you mention my good looks, my killer charm?
No,
Nope.
but
What do you do?
I write her too.
Is that right?
Mm?
Well, I should read your stuff. Why don't you send it over?
Right now, I'm working as Miranda Priestley's assistant.
Well, that's too bad. That's never survived Miranda.
oh.
Well, you seem nice, smart. You can't do that job.
Gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, it was very, very nice to meet you, Miranda girl.
Ouch.
You're,
That was almost like a
he's
backhanded compliment.
Yeah, he
Like-
tries to be too charming. I don't trust him.
I don't with those eyebrows. No.
No, that's
You know what? Thank you. Out of control.
I was thinking
gonna
that
say
too.
something.
yeah.
Guy's eyebrows.
Call James Holt's office. Tell them I want to move the preview up to today.
But we're not expected until Tuesday. Did she say
Why? Miranda insists upon seeing all the designers' collections before they show them.
This season really began for me with a meditation on the intersection.
This guy.
There's only been one actual smile on record, and that was Tom Ford in 2001.
Tom Ford suit.
This is the dress that we have designed specifically and exclusively for you.
There's the pursing of the lips.
Which means?
Catastrophe.
Utter disappointment.
Just go. Just get out. Just go, man.
It's appalling.
So because she pursed her lips, he's going to change his entire collection?
Her opinion is the only one that matters.
She's
Call
the
my
final
husband and
boss.
confirm dinner.
A pastis done.
And Andrea, I would like you to deliver the book to my home tonight.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Crust.
and called her by
Andrea.
Guard this
name.
with your life.
Of course. If I can deliver the book, then that means I must have done something right. She didn't call me Emily, which is, isn't that great?
Yeah, whoopee.
Now, it's very important that you do exactly what I'm about to tell you. The book is assembled by 10:30. You will be delivering Miranda's dry cleaning with the book.
Oh, did she just set her up?
I don't know. Because Emily would be in trouble too.
Andrea, you do not talk to anyone. You must be invisible. Do you understand? You hang the dry cleaning in the closet across from the staircase.
Oh, it's two of them.
3.
And you leave the book on the table with the flowers.
I would think the first one so she could grab it right away when she walks in.
Oh, the twins.
Ah,
Are we actually going to get to see her be like a mom instead of boss? Is it going to be different?
You can give the book to us.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Come on. Yeah, come on.
Look at why do the stairs go up so high?
Or you could bring the book upstairs. Emily does it all the time.
that's.
Oh, no.
Don't fall for it.
That the cell
Uh-oh.
phones didn't work. Nobody could get a signal out.
I knew what everyone in that restaurant was thinking. There he is, waiting for her again.
You saw me at home.
Oh, look at that death stare.
Oh, my.
That is a death stare if I've ever seen one.
What do you do? Like, what do you do? Just, it probably, nope. That's a.
Make me bend down to pick it up.
Well,
Oh, boy. This is botched.
You went upstairs. Oh my God, why didn't you just climb into bed with her? If you get fired, that might jeopardize Paris for me. She's gonna fire me? I don't know.
Miranda, about last night,
I need the new Harry Potter book for the twins.
Hey. Oak's got it. He'll bring it right over.
Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
Not that I can recall.
We have all the published Harry Potter books. Twins want to know what happens next.
Call JK and get it.
Unpublished manuscript. And you can do anything, right?
What kind of impossible task is this?
Testing her.
I know, baby. Mommy's working very hard to get it for you.
I can call frickin' J.K. Rowling herself. I'm not gonna get a copy of that book.
Book better be here. No later than 3.
No later than 3.
The Walensky's doesn't open until 11:30. How am I gonna get the steak? I will be back in 15 minutes. Wish me luck.
15 minutes?
No, shan't. I shan't. Oh, that's a new word for me to use. Writing that down.
I know it's impossible to get, but, well, only with Harry Potter manuscript.
Oh, I thought she was cooking it herself.
We met at James Holt's party. I'm Miranda Priest's assistant.
Harry Potter manuscript? Oh, you're kidding. You'll have to come up with a plan B.
This Miranda Priestley we're talking about. There is no plan B. There's only plan A.
Plan B.
Plan
is
B.
to Make plan A work.
That's a lot of things.
I don't want that. I'm having lunch with Irv. I'll be back at 3.
She's
Uh-huh.
yeah,
If you don't
intentional.
have that Harry Potter book by then, don't even bother coming back.
What a dick. Jesus.
You know, she
old hip check.
She is, but Meryl's doing it in such an entertaining way. I have a hard time hating her.
I know.
No, I hate her. Like, I hate this boss like hardness here, but
yeah,
Meryl's killing it.
Oh,
he got it.
Monument should be erected in my honor. Look, you want this thing, you better hurry. I'll make sure this ain't Regis.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Give it to her and then say, "F you, I quit."
I just have a bad feeling. Like, I don't want to assume this dude's going to go the creep route. But, you know, the professor in Legally Blonde, that's what it reminds me of. Like, he's going to be like, whoa, I got you this manuscript. Can't we have drinks?
Oh, be optimistic. He could be like, hey, take my job that I'm about to offer you in return.
Yep.
Well,
just have a little trust in eyebrows, all right?
Looks like he got him trimmed up.
Hey, maybe he did.
Look at that. No strings attached.
He's just a nice guy.
1 copy. What are my twins going to do with that? Share.
2 copies. And
Oh,
have them
she
covered,
did it!
Reset and bound. This is an extra copy to have in file. There was the twins. On the train on the way to Grandma's.
She crushed it.
Oh.
Is there anything else?
That's all.
Now I got to come up with a new way to fire her.
Getting an advanced copy of Harry Potter is pretty excellent.
Pretty excellent.
What sort of adjectives would you like me to use at this point for something like that?
Well, keep rolling and
doing
hit
the
on something. I'll let you know.
After we talked, I realized it doesn't make sense throwing away all those months of hard work.
Whatever. It's your job.
I'm still the same person I was. I still want the same things. Better clothes.
Different
I like the old
clothes.
clothes.
There.
Well, what about these necklaces? Do you like them?
Just no selling it.
There is one other thing that's new that you might like, but
Oh boy, here we
what
go.
about this? You don't like it. I should better do that. Hi.
Hi. All right. Turn around a bit. Make sure Miranda gets these as soon as possible. And tell her that I switched in the Dior for the Rocha.
Great. Can't wait.
Excuse me. Can we adjust the attitude?
My personal life is hanging by a thread. That's all.
Let me know when your whole life goes up in smoke. That means it's time for a promotion.
That is some truth weaved in there.
Well, all these folks are just beating themselves up like day in, day out.
And the more raw, rough-hewn
Uh-oh,
background
she's sick.
Sick.
tension with
No.
How's the cold doing?
Like death warmed up. It's a benefit tonight. I've been looking forward to it for months. Well, everybody will be leaving soon to get ready, so
That is great. It's Nate's birthday tonight. So we're having a little party for him.
yeah, I'm hearing this, and I want to hear this.
Nate's birthday party. What are the odds that this goes sideways?
I need to make sure that you're both fully prepped on the guest list.
These are all of the guests. Miranda invites everyone. I have to run all these by tonight. And don't be silly, Andrea. These two.
No.
You better Start without me, okay? I'll get there as soon as I can.
Come on, it's his birthday.
Well, he'll have it.
Go, Dave. It's not even happening there. It's happening before.
But I'll call you the second I'm leaving, okay? Will that fit me?
Oh, yeah. A little Crisco and some fishing line and we're in business.
Ouch. Ouch. Goddamn.
Oh, Stanley. Oh, I love you so much, man. It is awesome.
Anne's doing a lot better than I expected going into this movie. I expected way more chaos. She's doing a fantastic job.
Well, she was, right? But like you were saying, like she did that 180 and fully committed.
Turned it.
Oh, there's chaos. It's her personal life.
Yeah.
Chaos.
True.
Wow. It's about to get more chaotic right here.
Well, she's moving on up in the world. She'll find another Nate.
Wow.
She'll hang out with eyebrows.
Nate needs to break into his acting career and get his entourage.
Yeah. Nate needs to go turn into Vincent Chase here. So it's,
You look so thin.
Do I? New diet. It's very effective. Well, I don't eat anything.
Well, it's definitely working.
I know. I'm just one stomach flew away from my goal weight.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my.
Don't do that, people.
Yeah, please don't do that.
That's John Folger, the new artistic director of Chelsea Rep.
Emily, isn't that Jacqueline Paulet from French Runway?
Miranda hates. She was supposed to arrive after Miranda left.
We're so happy that you were able to come to our little gathering.
Little gathering.
I just can't remember what his name is, actually. I just saw his name this morning on the list.
It's Ambassador Franklin, and that's the woman that he left his wife for, Rebecca.
Oh, shit. Is this right? Yep.
Yep. Pulled it off.
Very kind.
One night of studying. Well, a couple hours of studying.
A couple hours. She's committed, Quinn.
Turns out I'm not as nice as you thought.
I hope not. Weren't for the stupid boyfriend, I'd have to whisk you away right here and now.
Oh, well, aren't
You still could.
Smooth. All right, settle down.
My editor for New York Magazine is inside, and I could introduce you to. You sent over your stuff
Another
for me to look at.
opportunity.
Remember? I think you have a talent, Andy. He should meet you.
Nate, hit us with this guitar.
Well, Quinn was right. Nate, there'll be another one.
Yep.
Take advantage of the opportunity.
That's right. Because,
No, I can't.
But who am I to
sorry,
say pass
but I have
on
to
love?
All right.
well,
Do as you will.
he's not even trying to like pick her up or anything. He's legit just trying to give her a job.
Well, he previously just flirted with her.
If it wasn't for the stupid boyfriend.
He flirted with her.
He wasn't pressing it that hard.
No, he's being cool about it. I'm impressed.
He still crossed
very
the line.
respectful.
What?
No, she's shooting a shot, but he's not being a total creep.
It's
Yeah.
still crossing the line, though.
I know, but I'm just saying they haven't leveraged him as being like a
total scumbag.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. And go to bed.
Don't you want your
Let's
cupcake?
talk about this.
You look really pretty.
Oh, the old, I'm going to give you a compliment, but it's actually my broken heart. That's
Andrea? You have the book? Paris is the most important week of my entire
Oh boy,
year.
she's going to invite her.
Yep.
I need the best possible team with me. That no longer includes Emily.
Oh.
Whole life is about Paris. She hasn't eaten in weeks. I can't.
If you don't go, I'll assume you're not serious about your future. Any other publication?
Are you going to hamstring her?
Oh, you're blackmailing her like that?
Blackballing her then.
Well,
after that.
just giving her options.
Yeah, come to Paris or your career in anything's f***ed.
Well, I mean, she's just saying if you're dedicated to your craft, you do whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, Mason Quinn would go to Paris because he's dedicated to the world of fashion.
That's right.
Advancing his
Suddenly, in the
career.
last hour and a half, I feel dedicated to the world of fashion.
No kidding.
Like everybody that's watching this is supposed to be like on Andrea's side. You're over here like, well, the fashion industry is a very like, dude,
It's an important thing.
it's
Was that I'm done with you?
No, I'm done with Emily.
Don't forget to tell Emily.
Good call.
Do it now.
Come on, do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now.
I got the
Tell her
impression
there's
that
no Paris.
I got the impression that maybe Emily already got the news, and that's why she was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
She
could
got
take
fired.
it two ways. Yep, either or now.
Sorry, I'm late. It's just Miranda wanted some scarves from her mess. She opened the shop early
You
for
know,
me,
I
so
heard
got
Paris
them,
isn't
which was
really
great.
that nice this time of
This is
year.
Emily getting totally demoted all the way around.
Yeah.
That's why she threw it on her desk.
I've got so much to deal with before I go. I swear to God.
No, she's gonna get hit by a car. Oh, oh no! Oh, she's gonna hit by a car. No, she's in the medical facility. What?
Well, there's nobody at the desk.
I don't care if she was going to fire you.
I didn't have a choice.
Oh, she's gonna have to eat.
Yeah.
You know, you're the one who said that you don't really care about this stuff. You sold your soul the day you put on that first pair of Jimmy Choos. I saw it. You don't deserve them. You eat carbs.
Emily.
Just go.
Emily.
I said go.
You are going to Paris for the couture shows.
I can't believe she got hit by a fucking car. Should have guessed. Should have guessed.
Hey, this show, amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, Dave, keep your pretentious comments to yourself in the art gallery.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I'll be the judge of this art. I'll be the judge of this art.
Some folks may get that. Some may not.
Oh, look who is there.
Yup,
Mr.
see?
Slimeball.
The guy's just trying to help her career, be a mentor.
Eyebrows.
Actually, I'm going.
I'm staying at a fantastic little hotel in the 7th, right across the street from the falafel restaurant that will change your life.
You should change your eyebrows.
Sorry, I'll be too busy working.
Well, that's just it.
See, they look normal there.
Yeah.
Wonder if I can.
Ah, they're
Wonder if I can.
What is this?
Oh, hey, shoot your shot.
Oh.
Hey guys, it's just a business relationship. That's all.
Oh, no.
What is this?
Oh, really? He's just a guy I know.
Yeah, I look like
That's not a way to open.
That's not the way it works.
That's not a way to open that line.
For the last 16 years, I've known everything about that Andy. But this person, I don't get her.
Lily.
Have fun in Paris.
Damn.
You going to Paris?
Oh, jeez.
She didn't tell him?
I thought Paris was a big deal for Emily. Or...
Great, now you're gonna give me a hard time too.
Yeah, Nate, be supportive.
Oh, my God.
She does not communicate outside of work.
Miranda asked me, and I couldn't say no.
I know, that's your answer for everything lately. I wouldn't care if you were out there pole dancing all night, as long as you did it with a little integrity.
Jesus.
Just own up to it, and then we can stop pretending like we have anything in common anymore.
You don't mean that.
No, I do.
He's bluffing.
He just gulped. There's a little bluff.
Maybe this trip is coming at a good time. Maybe we should take a break.
Better not be. We were on a break moment.
Like in Friends?
Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect timing.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm saying that sarcastically.
I'm sorry. Just
Oh, God.
second.
If she doesn't spike the phone right now, it's over.
She had to tough it out for
The
a
person
year.
whose calls you always take, that's the relationship you're in. I hope you two are very happy together.
Crash and burn. Tough situation,
Miranda.
folks. Tough situation.
Well, she knew she was going to try to tough it out for a year. It was going to be ridiculous and hard. There's a chance this could happen. she could end up in Paris and have commitments.
I feel like there's a lot of angles you could take, right?
Absolutely, there's. I mean, this is grown up shit. If she wants to get into the real world, this is what it takks to get to that level.
For some,
you know,
How many of you had Mason Quinn siding with Miranda on your bingo board for this movie?
Well, I'm siding with Andy
trying
too.
to crack into the world of fashion.
That's what it takes. There's
You wanna
millions
be-
of girls who would want that
Hey,
job.
millions of people will die for this job. You want to be front row for Valentino Shakara? Then you better get your shit together.
I thought you were going to say Valentino Rossi, the racer.
Like one of the goats, isn't he?
Yeah.
My new Emily.
Hello, have you do?
Just in the background.
That's just Meryl going to a premiere.
Normal.
I've been thinking.
There it
Still owe me
is.
for Harry Potter. Oh, but there is the problem of le boyfriend. Wait, don't tell me the boyfriend no blue?
Oh, sweet talking in French.
What time should I pick you up? I'll call you.
He's a persistent devil. I'll
And
give him
there's going to
that.
be a bunch of pictures of them talking together, too.
Oh.
Looks sad.
Oh, there you are.
Another divorce?
We need to go over the seating for the luncheon.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Are they going to bond on a moment of both going through it with their significant others?
We need to move Snoop Dogg to my table. Stephen isn't coming.
So I don't need to fetch Stephen from the airport tomorrow?
If you speak to him and he decides to rethink the divorce.
It is. I was just taking a wild guess.
And then when we get back to New York, we need to contact Leslie to see what she can do to minimize the press. Another divorce. Splashed across page 6. Just imagine what they're going to write about me. The dragon lady, career obsessed.
Andy,
Rupert
reflection.
Murdoch should cut me a check. I don't really care what anybody writes about me. It's just so unfair to the girls. Another letdown, another father figure gone. Point is, we really need to figure out where to place Donatella because she's barely speaking to anyone.
So
She was open for a moment. She was vulnerable.
I'm so sorry, Miranda. If you want me to cancel your evening, I can.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would we do that?
Is there anything else I can do?
Your job.
It's still heartless. When even in the vulnerable moment. Bill Belichick over, do your job.
Yep.
She's glamming up for
old brows.
For old eyebrows over here. Nope. Yes. Flashback.
I need Miranda's itinerary for tomorrow.
Think that sitting down with Miranda was her glimpsing into her future for a minute, and then
Yes.
that's what the flashback was.
Oh, it's just something I threw on.
Gorgeous. Really, I think that my work here is done. We're going to celebrate. I'm going to get some champagne.
Okay.
James Holt, Massimo Cortellone, is investing in James's company and taking it global. And James needs a partner.
Oh.
That partner would be me.
He's leaving Miranda.
It does.
No, Miranda knows because she put me up for it. Oh God.
Oh God. Oh.
I'm going to be able to come to Paris and actually see Paris.
Another look into her future, just dreading it for years and years.
Yes, there are things that Miranda does that I don't agree with.
You hate her. Just admit it to me.
No. Okay, she's tough. But if Miranda were a man, no one would notice anything about her except how great she is at her job.
I can't believe this. You're defending her. The wide-eyed girl.
She's
peddling her
Miranda.
Earnest newspaper stories. You, my friend, are crossing over to the dark side.
I resent that.
You shouldn't have sex.
Sexy.
That's how they talk in fashion.
He's not in fashion. He's a journalist. He's right.
He's in Paris.
So if you're in Paris, everything is fashion.
Basically.
Gotcha.
I never understood why everyone was so crazy about Paris, but so.
Oh, look at that. He's doing the old.
Jeez.
There it is. Oh.
What's her reaction going to be?
You know, Nate and I just split up a couple days ago. And
Oh.
I do not.
No, I barely know
Condone
you,
this.
administrative city. I'm out of excuses.
Thank God.
Well,
Miranda's getting a divorce.
we were on a break.
Stay on it.
Well, we were on a break, you know.
Yep.
What the hell is this?
What does it look like? It's a mock-up of what American Runway will look like when Jacqueline Follet is the new editor-in-chief.
they're replacing Miranda?
Yeah. And she's bringing me in to run all the editorial content.
Oh.
I was going to tell Miranda after the party for James.
What
And she has
It
no
is a
idea.
cold business.
what goes around comes around.
Yep, he said it.
What
She's a
comes
big
around is
girl.
all around. It's what our boy Ricky on Trailer Park Boy says. What comes around is all around.
It's unique
Baby, it's done.
set of words.
That's Ricky.
I'm not your baby.
Oh, not your baby.
Completely lost your mind. I need to talk to you.
Just
All right, well, right there, Miranda. Fuck it. Find out the hard way.
Well, Andy's got a good heart. She's not going to quit.
Andy does have a big heart, so she
had to tell Emily about not going to Paris. So
Irv is making Jacqueline Follett the editor-in-chief of Runway.
Do I smell freesias?
What?
She's just going to act like none of that shit happened.
Runway has been more than a magazine, beacon of elegance and grace. Miranda Priestley is the finest possible guardian of that beacon. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Miranda Priestley.
I've never seen that.
But before I talk to you about
She's going to retire before they can fire
his
her.
many accomplishments, I would like first to share
Yep,
some
she's gonna
news
retire.
with you. Recently, Massimo Cortilione agreed to finance the expansion of the James Holt label. When the time came for James to choose the new president, he chose from within the Runway family. My great happiness today to announce to you all that that person is my friend, Jacqueline Follett.
What? She swerve everybody?
She would not let him go.
There's got to be a plan in play here from her, or she just really that.
Oh, she was talking to him earlier. So their whole plan fell apart because Miranda was already on top of it.
Yeah.
When the time is right, she'll pay me back.
He's optimistic.
What a swerve.
This movie better give me something good.
I've known what was happening for quite some time.
Here we go.
Took me a little while to find a suitable alternative for Jacqueline. So I just had to tell her that Jacqueline was unavailable. Truth is, there is no one that can do what I do. Designers, photographers, editors, writers, models, all of whom were found by me, nurtured by me, and have promised me they will follow me.
Yep.
But you were loyal.
So he reconsidered. But I was very, very impressed by how intently you tried to warn me. I never thought I would say this, Andre. I see a great deal of myself.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
You could be the queen.
I don't think I'm like that.
Uh,
I couldn't do something like that. But you already did.
Did it to Emily.
To Emily.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was different. I didn't have a choice.
Didn't
have a choice.
We're gonna have to start using that, you know.
You want this life? Those choices are necessary.
What if I don't want to live the way you live?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this.
What?
Everybody
Oh my God.
I love the confidence, though.
And a smile.
The confidence.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the big smile as she's coming out
Don't
the door.
be ridiculous. Everybody wants to be us.
Oh my God. We should have watched this before a wrestling show for Bad Medicine.
Dude, I'm telling you, I wish I would have saw this during our time wrestling because there's so much heel.
I would
much
use
heel work.
so much for Meryl.
I can learn so much from
Oh,
Meryl.
look, she walked away.
She's looking for her. She's gone.
Throw it in there.
Choice
Atta
number
girl.
2. There you go. Choice number 2.
Wow.
Leave
I
that
mean-
fucking phone in Paris.
I have to be at work in 20 minutes.
I wanted to say that you were right about everything. I'm sorry.
His eyebrows aren't the best either, are they?
Hey, it's Vinny Chase. You should.
He was
Best
almost,
brows in the biz.
he's almost Aquaman.
I flew up to Boston
Entourage.
while you were gone.
Entourage.
Interviewed at the Oak Room. You're looking at their new sous chef.
Great. Congratulations.
Not like that's not a stressful job.
Well, at least it's passion, Quinn.
We might be able to figure something out. So, what about you? I mean, what are you going to do now?
I have a job interview today.
Oh, yeah?
Abby, Greg Hill.
Hello.
Come on. My only question is Runway?
In the end, though, I kind of screwed it up.
I called over there for a reference. You know, I got a fax from Miranda Priestley herself saying that of all the assistants she's ever had, you were by far her biggest.
Oh!
And if I don't hire you,
okay. There we go.
She meant that by disappointment that she left.
Yep.
Oh, she's all smiles.
Hey, Emily, it's Andy. Don't hang up. I have all these clothes from Paris, and I don't have any place to wear them, so I was wondering if you could take them off my hands.
Well, I don't know. It's a huge imposition. But I suppose I could help you out. I will have Roy pick them up this afternoon.
Good luck.
Hey, look at
she gets all the clothes from Paris.
You have some very large shoes to fill. Hope you know that.
Hope you know that. That's cool. She gonna?
I kind of almost
one
wanted
nod.
to
Are we gonna get one nod or two? Oh, the
there's one.
nod.
Till the end.
That's as good as it gets. That's as good as it gets.
Till the end. We didn't see her really sway either way there. Oh, here comes the smile when she's walking.
Yeah,
away.
she'll be proud of her.
Yep. There it is. There's a little human in her.
a little chuckle.
She's not a robot.
Back to it.
That is it.
Stunt coordinators.
Well, for
someone that hit a
car
taxi.
accident.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have
stunt
And the
coordinators.
people getting hit with the bags, you know, by
all,
Emily.
all that fun stuff.
No, I feel like
not like
we
there
could
was a
probably
lot.
spend like 2 hours talking about like almost every dynamic, but we don't have that. And folks, if you're wondering about our sense of humor in some certain moments, hey, that's just, we have a sense of humor with some of this stuff. It's not meant ill will with some of the stuff, but
Not at all.
This was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Very.
I think this movie is like, obviously you have the surface level stuff that I think everybody sees, right? Meryl Streep as this like iron-willed, hard to work for dragon lady. Anne Hathaway comes in not really wanting the job, not knowing anything about fashion, you know, gets the job, proves her wrong, sees her future, you know, exits stage left. I think like that's the very kind of one thing that you could take out of it that I think is very upfront with it. But look, I think the other part of it that, you know, I kind of wanted to hit on was like, look, Andy's character made a decision that she was going to give it everything she had. And she said that, I'm going to give it everything I got for a year. She turned it around. You know, she changed up her fashion. She changed kind of who she was a little bit, you know, regardless of, you know, how some folks might feel about changing yourself for your job. But she acknowledged, look, this is what it's going to take to do this job for a year to get to where I want to be. And look, not every job's going to be easy. You're going to have to, excuse the, pardon the French, given we're in France, you're going to have to shovel shit sometimes to get where you want to be. And Andy's character had to do that, and she did it way better than I expected. I completely thought going into this movie we were going to have a ton of moments of like Andy spilling the coffee or getting stuff wrong or messing up, and then she would turn it around and turn the corner. But she really didn't mess anything up, you know, too bad, and she really figured it out quick. She was an incredibly fast learner, got everything dialed in, must have a memory like a steel trap because all those orders that they were firing off that she didn't have a chance to write down. So she was really good at this job and she excelled at it. And I think we've talked about it on this channel before about, you know, no matter what endeavor you choose to do, whether it's, again, stand-up comedy, music, acting, professional wrestling, whatever it is, if you want to be the absolute best at it in your industry, like Miranda was the absolute best at what she did, and it takes a certain thing to get to that level. And look, we've talked about it, you know, relationships will suffer, family life will suffer, all those things will come at a cost if you are that driven to be the best at what you do in your industry. And we saw that with Miranda, and we saw that Andy had that choice to go down that road if she wanted to. She could have done it. Everything was working out for her. She could have gotten it done, but in the end, she decided not to. So, look, that's why I completely gave Miranda a pass, so to speak, for what she was doing. And I gave Andy a pass for the way that things were happening with her friends and everything, because look, they didn't understand the industry she was in. They didn't really seem to understand the pressures. You know, obviously Nate was a different story. He was there trying to be supportive of it. But then, you know, at the end of the day, the twist that kind of got thrown in there, well, he got a job up in Boston to be a sous chef, which I assume is a highly stressful job if it's a high-end restaurant. We've all seen the Hell's Kitchens type shows of the world. So to me, it was almost like, okay, so he's going to go that direction. I hope he's aware of the commitment and the stress that's going to come with that. So I just love how it showed the sacrifices that people have made and have to make to be the absolute best and to see what it takes. And not a lot of people will understand that. Not a lot of people will understand what you're going through, you know, to try to be the best. You might be, play sports or something, and people are like, oh man, you're training again, you're going to the gym again, you're on the track again, running, you're running miles, you're going for your best time. A lot of folks won't understand what it takes to be the best. And look, I did not expect to love this movie as much as I did and to be as enjoyed as I was. I thought Meryl Streep, I thought we would really dislike her character a lot more. And yeah, she did some things, but you really still kind of liked her because she had such a level of charm when she did it. So I was completely blown away by this movie. Like I said, going in, I expected it to be good and to be entertained because my eyes have kind of been open to different genres and things like that. But thank you all so much for having this one win a poll. This was a lot of fun. I took a ton out of this movie and loved it.
Well, I got to go and tell my wife she was right. God dang it. So, yeah, she said we would love it, and absolutely, it was a
Take
treasure.
it easy, Nate.
So, okay, yeah, you guys can get to that part. No, for me, this movie was hilarious. I loved every minute of it. Like, as much as I wanted to hate Meryl, different than you, it's because it's Meryl Streep. Because you know she's not really that way, and so it's hard to hate her. I don't think I've ever really seen her in a villainous role, but you know how great of an actress and everything she is. So you just love everything she does, and and so I love the movie though because I believe this was like Emily Blunt's like first big break because this is 2006. So then you're looking at it through those eyes. So it was awesome seeing like one of her first big roles. Anne Hathaway came in, as the big star, and we got to see her, grow through the movie. We found out that she could have went to law school after graduating law in Stanford, but wanted to be a journalist, was at Northwestern, and then this was the only job. It was only here, or what was the Auto Source or something like that, she said was the other one.
Some automotive magazine.
So that's all she had to choose from. And, she had to adapt to which she showed she could. And this is 06. Texting was a thing, but it wasn't the thing it is now. Mm-hmm. So her remembering all those orders is really impressive. Yeah. I mean, I suppose the coffee becomes routine, but just seeing all the things that, like getting her a steak that she didn't even eat and threw out. Harry Potter, getting her the Harry Potter book for the twins.
It was ready.
And even as she gets
two.
I only see one copy here. Oh, well, this is for the records. Well, where's the other two? Well, they're currently reading them on the train. Damn it. So that was great. But then when we had introduced the eyebrows Christian, who was, you needed someone right to do that, to be the evil guy that tries to take her from her actual boyfriend. And so like that part, like I was like, really, did she have to go that route and go be with him? But I suppose that was a way to set up that she saw the new cover where she could where her boss Meryl Streep could be out of a job. But, she had a plan. Hey, always have a plan.
Yeah.
And it seems like she always did. But other than that, this was just so funny. I was laughing through most of the movie. The one stunt we saw was getting hit by the car with Emily Blunt because she's only been eating a cheese cube to be able to go to Paris. Like, it was 2006, but I'm still laughing here in 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, surprisingly, Mason Quinn kind of stole some of my thoughts as far as this movie kind of having two very different levels. Superficially, it's funny. Meryl Streep's performance was everything that people said it would be, so of course the jokes about fashion and all the other stuff, and the guy who's hitting on her, and you at first he's like, he's not so bad, then you think he's going to be a dirtball, then you're like, oh, maybe he's just a nice guy shooting a shot. So
I think there's superficially, I think the movie was great. I think the performances by everybody, I think were spot on. I think everybody did a great job with their scripts and the roles they were supposed to play. And then there is kind of a much deeper side of this film that I guess I wasn't really prepared to go into, and that is what young professionals sometimes have to do to get ahead and excel in their careers. Now, we are generally speaking led to believe that Andy is relatively freshly out of college. So we can assume early to mid-20s, depending on whether she, did well or whether she was on the super duper senior program like the Oak. But in any regard, she was in her mid-20s, early 20s, living in New York. And as Mason Quinn had said, look, those are the times for a lot of people to really try to advance their career in life. Maybe not looking to start a family or have kids or whatever. Not that she has to when she's at any age, but certainly not at that point. So one side of me feels like I agree with Mason Quinn that you can almost look at the friends and maybe even her boyfriend as kind of like, wow, you guys were a little shitty. You weren't really as supporting of her career.
They didn't get it.
And, maybe like, hey, you're busy again. Like, hey, you know what? We get it. Like, do your thing. We got it. On the flip side of that argument, which, I didn't really think about too much until we were getting into it, because part of me was like, oh, the boyfriend's not very supporting. But then, Nate did say, like, I don't care that you missed my birthday party. I'm not 4, right?
Well, hold on. Now, I think with that, and you're probably going to go into it, but if you weren't, just real quick, before she made that 180 change and really committed, she was complaining about every detail.
So this is, and thank you.
To Nate.
Right, and so this is where I want to dive in, because I would imagine that with this film, there are a lot of people who watched it and were like, oh, the boyfriend was shitty, the friends are shitty, they're not supporting. And you kind of brought that up, like, hey, friends got to be supportive. This is a very relatable situation for a lot of people, including myself in some regards. And so what I want everybody to consider who's saying, well, maybe the boyfriend wasn't supportive or the friends weren't supportive. If you go to a job every day and you come home tired, exhausted, complaining about your job every day. What if she came home and complained to Nate every single day? I hate my job sucks. As the boyfriend or as the friend, at what point are you supposed to say, hey, look, you verbalize with us every day that you hate this job, that it sucks. Like, at some point they're probably gonna be like, okay, you know what? You need to move on from it. This job isn't everything. So we didn't necessarily see that on film, but it's definitely something to consider, because I kind of found myself doing the same thing too. I found myself saying, convenient. I was, and I don't know if it's going to make the cut. I was very pissed off. It really triggered me, and I don't use that term a lot, when she was trying to take the call and they were fucking around with her phone. I was like, give her it's her job. Give her the fucking phone. That's her job. And you don't toss around somebody's phone like that. And look, I get it was 18 years ago and we weren't quite as attached.
They're in their early 20s.
That was, to me, that was the one moment where I was like, her friends are being wildly disrespectful to her career. Wildly fucking disrespectful, throwing around the phone. But the one thing, and I'm not coming in here to necessarily defend the friends or defend the boyfriend, because there was a side where, hey, maybe they're not as supportive as they need to be. But I would like to at least ask people to consider, if she came home from work every day for months and months and months talking about how much she hated the job, and you were the boyfriend or you were the friend, you were the friend.
Yeah.
Like if you came to me every day, God, I fucking hate this bad.
But she knew that was the only path she had to get to where she wanted to go.
Knew. And I will say this, and look,
it wasn't even a year.
And this is a little personal. These guys have seen this. When I was working full time for the Arnold Classic, the executive director is very, very high performing. And it was interesting that we had kind of an off-season time, after the show was done and things kind of calmed down, and we very much had a chance to breathe. The last 3 to 4 months before the Arnold Classic comes up every year, and these guys have seen it, it is a grind, the behind-the-scenes stuff. And my boss, it would be 6 a.m. phone calls, 11 a.m. phone calls, or 11 p.m. phone calls, midnight phone calls. So the phone going all the time. There was times it was 11 at night, 12 o'clock. I'm in bed with my fiance. Phone goes off. It's my boss. Now, please keep in mind, he's working for Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is a great person, but highly demanding. So I related to that a little bit. Now, the one thing I will say about my boss, was the executive director at the Arnold Classic, he always was like, put your family first. If I was like, hey, dude, I'm with my family at the zoo, he was like, we'll talk later. Put your family first. So by no means do I want to compare my boss at the Arnold, the executive director, to Miranda, because he was always 1,000% family first. He was a father, has kids, and he was always like, if there was any time where I was like, hey, not now, it was a family thing, he was fine. If it wasn't a family thing, then he was like, hey man, you got to be available. This is work. But if it was family, I never had to sacrifice a moment of time with my family for it. So I can't compare that. But the answer your phone at any time, take the calls, high stress, high expectations, because you're working for somebody who performs at a very high level. And they kept saying that Miranda's the best. She's the best at what she does. Brian is his name, the guy who runs the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic right now. He's the best. There's a reason why the Arnold's the biggest show in the world. Mr. Olympia has the title, but the Arnold, as far as the weekend, it's the best, and he delivers. And for me, it was an honor to work for that, work full time, and I still do work for the Arnold, just as a more limited role with everything we have going on here and some other things. But I've worked for somebody who's very high performance. It can be stressful, but it was an incredible opportunity. So if you haven't been in that spot, I think for sometimes when people maybe work a normal 9 to 5, or they go and they punch a clock, and by no means am I saying that's a bad thing at all. But if you go to a 9 to 5, I worked for a finance company, and I punched in at 9:30, left at 6. I didn't take my worm home with me. Yep. Boss was never calling me on the weekends. The second I clocked out, I was done dealing with annuities and whatever. It was a great job, worked with great people, but I've been on both sides of that, and so this film became relatable to me, and I thought it was going to be more a higher level type, fun type show, and I was really surprised that it hit on a lot of different levels, career, family. So however anybody else interpreted this film, I totally get what you're saying, because there was definitely parts of me that felt like her friends weren't as supportive, but you also have to understand, like, look, hey, there's times where if somebody that you loved, you knew they were miserable doing something, they complained day in and day out, even if it was like a good career opportunity, you might have to say, like, hey, is it worth it in the end? So again, a lot more depth to this film than I expected there to be, but the performances, especially, I'm going to acknowledge Meryl Streep. Is this the first time anybody's ever acknowledged Meryl Streep?
She's the original tribal chief.
We're acknowledging Meryl Streep. So much more depth to this film than I had imagined.
Yeah, for me, first off, I'll say with Anne Hathaway's character, Andy, relatable for me in two different ways. One, I won't name names and I won't go too much into it, but from a high stress, anxiety part of her job here, I was doing personal training at a local gym here who's no longer here, and these two pieces of trash who called themselves a general manager and a gym owner, which they found out some dirty shit on them later on. But either way, I'm not here to spill all that. What I'm saying is was in that situation where I was maxed out and I was constantly being threatened, constantly being told, it was almost, now that I'm talking about the sellout, I swear that piece of shit saw Meryl Streep's character in here and tried to model it, because he was always like saying,
he's watching it.
Dave, I know
I gotta see this.
I know you're putting in 60 hours and you're hitting your these sales for these PT sales over here, and you're getting 10 grand, but you're working 60 hours. This 1 year in, Dave, you should be really doing 30,000 in personal training sales, and still keeping your 60 hours of PT going. And then, Dave, if you can't hit it, well, maybe it's not for you. Maybe this career just isn't for you. So he would never fire you. He would always try to do these little horrible psychology tricks and try to make you do something, because he would never fire you, because guess what? If he fires you, that means we have to do some more back-end stuff to make sure that X, Y, and Z happens over here. But with all the shit that ended up coming on to those two, glad they're out of the that industry. So that's on that front. This is real high level that I was giving you. We could spend 2-3 hours on that alone.
This is from before I knew Dave real well, and but
these three.
I know
who he's talking about.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit, both of them. And then. Well, just the way they treated employees. Dude, I've seen him put on a host. He came in one day, no joke, to put on a show. He called a meeting last second. We actually had to tell our clients, because of personal training, had to tell our clients, hey, we got to block out this. We have to block out this hour. Please, X, Y, Z over here. We go up to the meeting room, and he had to put on a little show for everybody. He walks in, slams a book, insults every single person in the room. This went on for about 8-9 minutes, and then stormed out and said he had enough of us, and there was actually way more into it. But again, I'm going to keep it friendly. So that's the kind of person he was, which reminded me almost with Miranda here. But Miranda was just real low-key, subtle with her insults, really precise with the stuff, very calculated in how she was saying it if it wasn't done on her time. But now from the second part of it, from the work aspect of Andy here, of doing what needs to be done, from that standpoint, they're whatever career you're in, or if you are crazy enough to work an astronomical amount of hours, there are some sacrifices that have to be made. You're not going to be popular with any of those decisions because you know there's a goal and you know what needs to be done to get there. So, yeah, her friends, at least in the film, I didn't get enough of, hey, can we have a chat? Are you okay with work and everything like that? Now, this is probably
just the bar meet up and
yeah, they only gave us like quick snippets to where you're going to make either one judgment on the friends or you're going to make this judgment on the friends. I feel like there's only 2 lanes you could go with that. Not like, well, we can kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but you probably could. As far as Nate, I kind of was talking. Yeah, I think you hit it on the head there, Oak. With Nate, they showed us in the film that, she was at just one time complaining before she made the commitment to Nate. So I assume that Nate's character just kept that in, right? Because she was, prior to the full commitment of committing to this job and doing what it had to take, she had to do to make it work. He probably kept that in all along. I don't know what kind of dialogue they had off screen.
Well,
like, was she constantly just coming home at 2 a.m., waking up at 6, and then back to work? Because then they had no conversations, really.
Right, yeah,
Were they at least texting on those phones? Because there were some text messages back in 2006.
Yeah.
Were they at least calling when they had a break? But I know they were given the perception here of Andy was... There was not a second to waste.
Yeah.
Because Emily was making it pretty precise that there's no break, even when she was talking about like the 15-minute break, or whatever that was.
Yeah, she gets 20, 15.
Yeah. So, and that's just that whole work environment. I feel like everyone, including us, us, could have like another 3-hour discussion about what that kind of work environment is, because it's not healthy. It's not. I mean, you get high stress. I was getting stressed out, getting anxiety, and I wasn't even there.
Yeah,
and we're in a fictional setting.
Yeah.
So they did good on presenting that.
Yeah, and just real quick, I love how this was presented because I think so often people forget about the high-level jobs that are out there. Like, look, the NFL is going to have a game on Christmas. They're going to have a game on Christmas Day. You think of all the thousands of people that are involved to make that happen on Christmas Day. They're not going to be with their families. They're not going to be able to, to take part in all that. And do you think there's going to be people in those families complaining about it, not getting it, asking them why they're doing it? I'm sure the folks going to be complaining like, oh, I can't believe we're doing a game on Christmas. This is ridiculous. Well, and then you'll have why don't you quit if you hate it so much? That sort of thing. Look, the high level, high reward, high stress jobs
even just
all
the everyday
come at that
Joes,
cost.
the semi-truckers,
That's
the
what I'm
fast
saying. The
food
thousands of people into the people working the concessions, all that.
Single job, yeah. You can almost throw every job in
taking the tickets to throwing the football on the field.
When I was doing the day job in this, it's the loved ones that see how much stress and how much anxiety you're under. And so he was seeing it too. Look at how happy Nate was when she said she quit. He was like, great, we can celebrate. Because then he knows all that weight is lifted off her shoulders of that job that was highly stressful to her.
Yeah, and one thing to consider, and this is an interesting standpoint that you're going to get from us because we are a little older, and I think we've seen friends go through this. There's a big difference, and I think sometimes people are going to look at Nate and say, well, he didn't support her career. Look, if you have a friend that gets into a career in the friends, if you have a friend that gets into a career and does, hypothetically speaking, does very well for themselves and works hard, does very well for themselves, but doesn't have to kill themselves, whatever, your friends and family are going to be supportive of that, right? Like it's not because, people aren't, sometimes people get this thing in their head, well, if somebody's doing better than me or they have a great opportunity, I don't like it because I'm a hater. So I want to like have that discussion. Like if you have a friend or if somebody's doing great for themselves in a job, making money with great opportunity, working hard, even working long hours, but they're happy with it, their friends aren't going to tell them, well, you're doing this, so you have opportunity, so you should quit. The fact that the dynamic we get with the friends and the boyfriend here is because she verbalized that she didn't. They noticed how big of a toll it took on. Now I will say, I'm going to go back to the other side and say, look, sometimes when you're young, these opportunities that are going to suck, those are what's going to catapult you to the next level. And I've said it. Some. And look, I've said it on this channel. There's doors that I had open this much for me that I just wedged my fucking foot into, and it wasn't the greatest, but I worked hard, and that's part of moving forward. But look, at the end of the day, if a friend or whoever is working a job where they're complaining nonstop, as a friend, part of what you have to do is ask them, is it okay? And it's so. I had a job about 10 years ago. These guys might know what I'm referring to, not. And it was a good opportunity job, making good money doing it. I had some stresses in it, and I distinctly remember I'd say stuff to my girlfriend at the time, and she'd be like, "If you're not happy, just don't do it." And I'd be like, "Oh, it's a great opportunity," and she's like, "But you're complaining about it a lot." And I never once thought that she wasn't supporting me or whatever. She saw how stressed I was and how unhappy I was, and just was like, if it's it's a great opportunity, but look at you every day. Look at you. So again, a lot of dynamic themes in this film that I hadn't expected. But when you're watching it and you want to talk about it and discuss it, I think it's only fair as reactors that we go deep on this, because we're not doing the movie or the plot, the story any service if we're just like, oh, everybody had great performances, it was fun, and oh my God, Fashion Week in Paris.
Right. Well, and I want to talk about Andy's character too here. The way I saw it too is we got Miranda, who's already established, right, working on her second divorce that we found out in the end. And that whole build-up with Andy, when we saw her commit and do the 180 turn, she was turning into the young Miranda, of course, for the most part. At least I got the reflection of like, this is Miranda back then to get to where she is now. And then when they had that vulnerable moment with each other, that's when it was like, just boom, here we go. Here, you're getting hit with the lightning strikes now. This is your future right here. Yeah. So it was actually pretty interesting to see that, in my opinion, mirrored almost
1000%,
almost mirrored.
Yep.
And then Nigel, it didn't click right away, but when Meryl was up there, because he met with Andy prior, all excited, right? But then when Christian came in and was telling Andy about oh, this is what's happening, it didn't click right then and there. Like, oh yeah, Nigel's probably screwed. Like I didn't take that into consideration. We should have, because
that he wasn't going to get the gig.
Yeah, he clearly said, well, Jacqueline is basically getting all of it. So should have took that into consideration too. Stanley I would have loved to seen like off when they were off camera with some of the lines he had delivered, be like, "I'm so sorry, Ann." Stuff like that. Some actors are like that too, where they know they're delivering some harsh lines, and then you see in interviews, they're like, "Yeah, I had to say I'm sorry." After that.
Yep, had to do that.
The one thing I'm kind of wondering here, and maybe it made it in the end of the reaction there, is like, I know I shouldn't be hung up on this, but they had Andy talk to Nate. Lily and Andy had a pretty big blowout right there, so I was just kind of curious why they didn't do a phone call, be like, "Lily, I'm so sorry, thank you, blah blah," something like that. I'm just kind of curious on that. It's not a make or break deal,
probably
but it's
on the editing
kind
room.
of a missing.
It's probably on the editing room floor. I bet they shot it.
Yeah, but otherwise, I can't wait to see some of your comments. I know some people are going to hate that we were laughing in some spots, and then some people are going to enjoy the reaction to. I know we're going to get a mixed bag, but I am curious to see what some of your guys' thoughts are on this film, because some of it I just wasn't expecting, and it was actually pretty unique to see it, because I thought Anne Hathaway, you absolutely crushed it. Absolutely. Meryl Streep, I wish I would have saw your performance in here prior to Diamond Dave Wrestling, because I definitely would have took some things from you in this movie and applied it to wrestling. And I hope some wrestlers have done that. And it went over my head. Now I'm gonna have to start paying attention because Meryl Streep absolutely crushed it
How
as
to be a heel 101
antagonist here. And then Emily Blunt. I'm always biased when it comes to Emily. She's fantastic and everything. Same with Anne. I'm always biased when it comes to her. So fantastic job all around from you three actresses. Just crushed it.
Right, scores on, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and
Answer's looking to get the hell out of here.
No, I
wants to go tell the wifey, hey, I loved it.
Hey, why don't we just use folks? We're using one board because the whiteboard's just throw the color
I knew
way
we
out.
were using one as well.
The one thing I did want to say with Meryl Streep is, I would have to look at her catalog. I think this is the first movie I've watched start to finish with Meryl Streep. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else start to finish. I honestly don't. I would have to look at her catalog because I was like, all these years everybody was right. I've been missing out, But yeah, give her the little clap. No, I mean, look, guys, for me, I was completely blown away, and this hit on so many different levels. We could still be talking about it. For me, 5 out of 5 answers for Devil Wears Prada because I loved this. And also, this is a movie that I know, had I seen it 25 years ago, I would look at it way different than what I do now with where I am. So absolutely loved it. And definitely, I think this is one, if you saw it when you're young, see it when you're older, I think it'll be different.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I was just to say 5 real quick, easy. I was gonna maybe change it just so I didn't have to tell the wife that you.
You're just hand over right here,
Because you know what you want right away.
We're going.
There you go. 5. No, here you go.
Well, and I do want to say, Quinn, I think you're onto something there because in 2006, if I were to. Jesus, this sucks. If this was 2006,
we got to get the spray for those.
Yeah, it's acrylic, right? So in 2006, if I was watching it, I probably would have just took it as
the superficial level,
the comedy that it was. And I know some folks are probably just going to do that anyway. For me, I don't know if I'm always going to be rewatching it, but I was highly entertained. So I do want to say that. So I give it a 3.8 for this one. Again, I don't know if I'll ever be like, oh, I got to go watch this again. But if it's on and I have nothing to do, I definitely will watch it. Again, I want to say I was entertained, especially by these 3 leading ladies. Fucking crushed it. So
yeah,
absolutely.
There you go.
I didn't know it was
regardless of everything, I can say we all definitely thoroughly enjoyed this one. And again, without the channel, this never would have happened. I never would have saw it. And wow, thank you.
Yeah, this was so much fun. We all had fun watching this. This was a great laugh. Meryl Streep obviously crushing it as always. Love everyone in this movie. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. Good night now, pals.